Do a little maneuver. Oh, that's way better. Go get a little hoodie real quick too. All right, what's up, boys? Good morning. Back in Houston. We're back in Houston today. What's going on, Mark, Coulter, Drew? Ooh, motherfucking Drew. That's very aggressive, man. I love it. Money making Mari. What's going down? Sorry, we haven't ripped a live in a little while. I've been so fucking busy, guys. Holy shit, what's up, Gordon? Damn, y'all are rolling in quick. I love it. When I first launched this thing, I was like, I didn't see any traffic coming in. I thought, what the hell? I was like, dude, where's all my people at? I don't go live for 2 weeks and you guys forget about me. Good morning from Bangkok. What's up, Roy? Love to see you in here all the time. So I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm sicker than sick. We've been down in Colombia for the last like 4 days and caught some kind of cold or something down there. It's fucking terrible. So came back to Houston. We got in last night really late and we're here until Sunday. And then we're heading down to Costa Rica. So I got any Costa Rica people. I can't decide if we're gonna stay in San Jose, if we're gonna make the drive down to Jaco. I do like Jaco. I'm too sick though. I'm not getting in the water. I feel like absolute dog shit. And then that's what's coming up. So I'm probably gonna shoot that video. I have a video for the flight down to where do we go? Colombia. I got the flight down to Colombia. That's coming up tonight. So I'm almost done with the edit right now. So let's see what we got. MK, he don't live in Costa Rica. He lives in Puerto Rico. No, I'm in Houston, boys, not Dallas. I wish I was in Dallas. Dallas a little more fun than Houston, to be honest. So, any guys ripping check rides or any cool shit like that lately? What's up? I haven't talked to none of you guys in like 2 weeks. I just shipped out like an entire. I filled the trunk and the back seat of my Rolls Royce with orders for you guys. I shipped those out right before we left for Medellin, Colombia. It's fucking sick. Cameron, sick. Oh, you got an IR check April 35th? That's a crazy day for a check ride. Congrats on the solo, Chris. That's sick. Oh, 25th. All right. I thought you were trolling for a second. Got that PPL on April 22nd. Where are you taking it? What's the identifier at that airport? Mari. I'm in a question answering mood today. So if you guys are ready for it, I'm sick, lonely, and bored in Houston. You know, I had a bunch of friends in town for the rodeo. I'm friends with a handful of the people. Excuse me. I'm friends with a handful of people on Jelly Roll's team, and he performed here a couple nights ago. And unfortunately, we were in Colombia, so I missed that. But that would have been sick. I don't know if there's anything at the rodeo for me to go check out. I like the PBR when PBR Nationals are in Vegas. That's a great time. If any of you guys ever been to that, it's so much fun. But Cameron, you're doing your instrument rating in your own airplane. That is so sick, dude. What kind of plane did you buy? Peachtree to call. I love it. Worst turbulence story. I'll give you guys a good turbulence story. So maybe like 3 years ago, we were going to Cozumel, Mexico, and Mexico is notorious for not having radar, and we were instructed to turn final for the airport. We were in hard IMC, and I don't think we had our radar was on, but it did not reflect what we flew through. And at the time, the owners of the plane, they had zero respect for the seatbelt sign. And so they turned us final to land, I forget the runway, in Cozumel. And as we're turning into Cozumel, we wind up going through a cell. And we were pretty low level too. We were probably like 1500 AGL. And the boss's girlfriend was in the aft lab at the time. She's going pee. And we went through the turbulence. Everybody in the back went flying. I seatbelt chimed them like 4 times, like, put your seatbelts on. They didn't respect it. And apparently she flew up while she was pissing, hit the ceiling, came back down on the toilet, which was pretty funny. So she was a nice lady. But I'll tell you what, after that flight, when we were leaving Cozumel, every time I put the seatbelt light on, you could literally hear it click, click, click. You hear people scrambling for seatbelts. And ever since that day, every time I put that light on, they lock down, which is cool. So that was for Caesar. Citation update. Yes, but again, this is like, it's the same story on this channel with everything. I just have no time. I've been home one night in the last, maybe 2 nights in the last 3 weeks. So I've had no time to work on my personal jet. I do have an update for you guys. It was super cool. We're buying another 4 SP. We we just opened escrow on Saturday. We opened escrow yesterday. So hopefully at the end of the month, there'll be another 4 SB I can show you guys on the channel. It's a really nice bird, newer than Romeo Sierra. And it's a really fun plane. I can't wait to start flying it. So you guys are going to love that thing. Do I know any European pilots flying in the US? I do know a couple guys that are Europe, EU nationals, but they have FAA licenses. So sick, dude. I love Pathfinders. That's a really cool airplane. 235, that thing's, you can haul a lot of shit in that thing too, which is cool. I don't get scared of turbulence personally. Turbulence is a lot better when you're in the front of the plane and you're in control, just pull the throttles back, slow down. We got some pretty good turbulence on the way down to Colombia. But it's actually really cool. The video I'm going to put up later today, it's Kyle and I, we flew the 4 from LA to Colombia empty. So that was pretty fun. So it was cool to I think our flight time was like 6 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. It's always fun to do those kind of flights when they're empty with nobody on the plane, because it's like, I don't know, you don't have to be concerned for the way everybody in the back feels, right? Normally we're trying to avoid turbulence or, terrible shit, but when just the 2 of us, it's kind of fun. So thank you, Caesar. I appreciate that, man. I have not been to Venezuela. Kyle and I were just talking about, we got to get a trip down there soon, hopefully. Their current political climate though makes it a little bit rough. Gordon, Mitsubishi MU2. It's a really cool airplane, but the problem with the MU2 is that it has an SFAR attached to it for training. So you have to go to annual recurrent training. So although it's a good plane, you just got to factor in the cost that you're going to have to go. Basically, you got to get a type rating in it, essentially. It's not called a type rating. It's SFAR, Special Federal Aeronautical Regulation, which is like, it sucks. I get it. A lot of people have killed themselves flying that plane, and that's why they do it. But I would have bought one years ago. But the reason I never bought that airplane is because I didn't want to have to go to annual training for it. And then I wanted to buy a jet, which I got to do anyway. So here we are. But it's a great airplane, but I would highly not recommend buying one unless you have the deep pockets to pay to go to training once a year for it. I think partnerships for aircraft ownership are really good. It's a great way to stretch your money and really break down expenses. So the Aero just came out of the engine shop, and if I had partners in that plane, it would have been really cool. It would have brought that bill down significantly. But for me, I don't really care so much, but I understand the rest of aspiring pilots. You guys on the come up, definitely partnerships are a great way to have aircraft ownership. And you really Yeah, it's just a great way to fly cheap, and that's the most important thing. You want to build the hours in, and you want to get to this level. Getting those hours as affordably as possible is the way to do it. So you got 2 or 3 buddies, y'all can each go out, take a $20,000 personal loan from your bank, go in 3 ways on a $60,000 Piper Cherokee. And the next thing you know, you're flying for the cost of fuel, and putting $100 aside per hour, or $50 aside per hour for an engine overhaul. It's not a bad deal. And usually with smaller planes, the less expensive ones, I've always told you guys I'm a huge fan of the Cherokees. The big plus on those is 9 out of 10, you can always sell that plane for about what you paid for it. So, it's almost like it's a win-win for sure. Little turmeric shock, trying to feel better. Let's see what else we got. No, I haven't had a chance to pop into the Discord. Jordan runs a Discord for me. I've been so busy. It's crazy. We were in escrow on the G5, and that deal unfortunately wound up falling through. So I've been just hammered with all the stuff involved with that. And then we're doing back-to-back international trips. Like I said, I've been on the road steady for almost 3 weeks. I went home like 2 nights out of the last 3 weeks. So I just haven't really had time to do too much. Did you guys watch a video I put up last week? I think we're hovering at like 50,000 views, which is, I think it's like yeah. I wish that one was doing better. I thought it was a good video, but apparently you guys did it. Bryce, that's a good question. So I think I'm going to sell my McLaren. I'm going to buy a 720S. That's what I think. But when it comes to exotic cars, I don't like to track my exotics because when things break, it's really fucking expensive. And I have a purpose-built race car. Like I've got a purpose-built, like full track BMW M3. It was if you guys remember Speed Vision Touring Cup, it was actually a former podium-winning Speed Vision Touring Cup car. So the car's been on TV. It's won the championship, and I've owned it for a very long time. And if I'm going to the track, which I don't have time to do anyways, that's the car I would take. No, not really hiring right now. I may have some positions I'm going to try to fill if we do acquire the second G4, but I'm only going to be looking for people that already have a G4 type rating. I don't want to have to pay to type anybody, because we're going to have to ramp it up. That plane is going to be extensive international flights, so I need somebody with a lot of experience to captain that for me. Yeah, so track day videos. You guys know I have a whole second channel for automotive stuff. I haven't put a video up on it yet. I want this channel to get a little bit closer to the goal that we've set. So once it gets there, then I'll start uploading car content. And I got a ton of stuff for you guys. I have a whole video of importing the Integra Type R from Japan. I have another video of flying to Japan to go shop for R34 GTRs. So I got some cool stuff in there. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, so Mari, the boys over at DDE, they're really good friends of mine. When they moved into the new headquarters, Dave invites me down like once a week to come do burnouts in my McLaren and shit. And I'm just never home. And they're Canadian, so they go home to Canada all the time. So every time I'm home, it's always like they're in Canada. So every once in a while, I'll be like, hey, I'm home, I'm at the bar, and they'll come meet me at the bar for a little bit. But we haven't been able to get together and shoot any content, unfortunately. But I know that the DDE boys, that they're going to be the fucking catalyst that launches the auto channel. Like, we'll probably go to like hundreds of thousands really quick on that, just based off of them. So should be cool. Dr. Clink, that's a great question. It does the reverse speed tape every time I get in a G5 after I've been flying the 4 for like a lot of days. I'm always like, it takes a second. Usually it's when I'm on the takeoff roll and we rotate and we go up and I'm watching the speed tape. I'm like, fuck's going the wrong way. And you have to fight that urge to push the nose down and realize, like, oh shit, I'm in a 5. It's going the correct way, if that makes sense. No, I'll never be into flying anything smaller than Gulfstreams. I very highly doubt I would ever I never cross platforms to another manufacturer. I've covered this in previous videos, but my thing with Gulfstream is built on an architecture, right? And every Gulfstream, as you progress from 4 to 450 to 5 to 550 to 6 to 600 and on up, they're all kind of building on previous systems. And I don't want to have to go to school to learn something again from the ground up, right? I'm going to G600 school in like a month, and the G600 is built. Obviously, it's a different architecture, but the foundation, the way the systems in their mechanical form are roughly the same as they are in a 550, right? There's changes, but it just makes the learning curve a lot less steep, right? Like I already understand Gulfstream's architecture on how they route electricity, how they route hydraulics and stuff like that, if that makes sense. Yeah. On the video I'm going to put up later today, Caesar, there's a solid look out the window, 43,000 feet over Mexico City, which is pretty cool at nighttime. So it's cool. David, I love Texas. It's just too fucking big. I hate flying over Texas. Citation videos, probably not for a little bit. Got some time. So when I do start flying the 600, I don't know particularly. I'll probably be able to get you guys some videos, but the owners on that airplane, they're very particular people. They're not like all the other awesome celebrities I fly. They're very, very private. So I probably will be able to get a lot of cockpit stuff, but as far as exterior shots, like even showing the paint scheme of that plane, I don't think I can do because it'll make it identifiable. So I've put a lot of thought into how I'm going to film on the 600 and protect their privacy. Because at the same time, I don't want to lose my gig on that plane, right? And so that's really important to me. Like YouTube, like doing shit for you guys is fun, but at the end of the day, I like flying. So Sun and Fun's in like 2 weeks. I have no clue if I'm going to make it. Give me 1 second. I can grab it. Kleenex. Who's going to be out at the Huntington Beach Air Show? So I got invited by the organizers of that air show. I'm going to be doing a meet and greet down there, number one. And then I'm going to be flying one of my airplanes in the air show, which is going to be pretty cool. We're going to be doing Huntington Beach is my hometown, and I'm kind of like the pilot of the city, if that makes sense. So I'm probably going to be ripping I'll be doing a low pass in my citation every day of the air show, which is going to be cool. And I'm trying to work it out. So Friday, Saturday, I'll do low passes in the citation. And then Sunday we'll do it in one of the Gulfstreams, and we'll do like a super low pass. It'll look sick. So if any of you guys are going to be out at the Great Pacific Air Show this year, come through. I think I'm going to have a whole fucking tent fucking set up where you guys can come meet me and fucking, I'm not going to sell a fucking thing. I'm just going to give away t-shirts and hoodies and shit at the Pacific Air Show. As far as Sun and Fun though, I don't know if I can make Sun and Fun. So, all right. So escrow process. This is actually kind of cool too. As we were down in Colombia and this deal popped up on this 4SP that we're buying, I thought I decided to film the process. So I have a video that's basically it's going to be a series entitled How to Buy a Heavy Jet. And so I don't want to give away too much right now in the live, but just the way it works is you find an airplane that you're interested in, you send over an LOI, a letter of intent to purchase. The seller accepts that. And you guys come up with a number that they're willing to do, and then you hire an escrow company. Personally, I use Aerospace Reports in Oklahoma City. They're really awesome. I've done I've done 12 or 13 transactions with them, and they run basically the background, title search, accident reports, all that shit on the plane, make sure everything's good. And so what happens after that is we'll go ahead and we'll send over money. Usually it's 5 to 10% of the purchase price, and they hold it. And that allows us to let the seller know we're serious. We got money in the game. We're ready to go. And then we can go out and start the pre-buy process. And the pre-buy process on a Gulfstream is like $10,000 to $20,000 event. There's a lot that goes into it. I know you guys are used to looking at little teeny tiny logbooks for Cessnas and Pipers, but when you get into logbooks for Gulfstream, like for Romeo Sierra, the logbooks that I have for that plane, they take up an entire rolling shelf. I have a whole nother office that I don't show on camera, and in that office is where I store all the logbooks for my managed aircraft, and they're massive. So somebody has to go through all those logbooks from day one. And unfortunately for me, time wise, I don't do it. I have a DOM that works for me on a contract basis, so he'll come in, he'll do that, and review all that stuff. And we figure out what's good with the airplane. If everything matches up when it's presented as such, then we continue the process. And if it passes pre-buy, if we see things that need to be addressed, we negotiate the price down based on that. And then we close. We do an acceptance flight where we go fly it, make sure everything works the way it's supposed to, and then we take the plane home. I hope that it's kind of like in a nutshell. Let's see what else. Yeah, my client that I'm here with right now, he's filming some stuff with Drake. I think today, either they did it last night or they're doing it today. They invited me, but I'm just, like I said at the beginning, I'm not feeling well, and you guys hear it, but I just needed to rest. We've been running pretty hard lately. I have no clue how hard it is to crack into the contract market in Europe. Europe's a whole nother ballgame, and I know Europe's just really strict about everything. So I have no clue. I wish I could help you with that. What else have we got in here? I give this like we'll go till the bottom of the hour. My voice just can't fucking do it right now. Let's see what else we got. What's up, Joseph? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. 87 on your instrument. That's pretty cool, man. I don't know what I did on my instrument, but it was terrible. I've said it numerous times on the channel. I'm a terrible test taker. Like Shepherd Air all day, rote memory. I'm the guy that when I go and take a written, I'm literally doing Shepherd Air in the parking lot before I walk in to take the test, and I try to not think about anything until I sit down on the computer, and then hopefully everything just comes back to me. So congrats on that. I don't think I've scored an 87 on anything besides when I did A&P program in professional pilot program. That was a little different. There's no pressure for that for me though. Yeah, Gordon, going back to the MU2, I think the annual training is like $10,000. I don't believe there's a simulator for it. I think you have to do it in the airplane. So it's an expensive plane to own and operate. Something got your boy sick in Colombia, though. I'll tell you what. What's up from Nambia? I love that. I appreciate that also, Joseph. Thank you, man. How can you upgrade your career and get into jets at 700 hours? Dude, it's just like every video, network, man. I can't preach that enough to you guys. Hop in the Discord. Do I have any of my mods in here that can put the link? I know I suck, guys. I don't know the links to my own shit, but if any of my mods are in here, can pop the link up to the Discord. The Discord, there's a lot of you guys talking to each other in there, and I think you guys are going to find that the Discord is a lot of there's going to be a lot of opportunities that come out of there. As a matter of fact, when I go to hire on this next G4 that we're bringing on, I just don't have the time to fly that one also. The first place that I'm going to put up for qualified people to come fly for me is going to be in that Discord before I go public anywhere else with it. So if you're not in the Discord, hop in. Go review previous videos. It's either excuse me, it's either in the comments, or if you go rewatch old lives, it's definitely in the comments of the old lives. So hop in the Discord. How do I manage to balance flying and partying? It's really easy. If I have to fly in the morning, I don't party. Super simple. I also don't really party that much. I like to go out and have a good time, but not every night is, time to go out and get fucking railed, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's pretty easy. How's it flying Posty out? Post is cool. I love him to death. It's one of my favorite people on the planet. We have a great time together. So how do you go about not needy networking? What does that mean? Elaborate on that a little bit, Sounda. What do you got? Big fan. Wish you could mentor me on how to become. Yeah, I wish I had time. I barely have time for my own life, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. As far as getting my AMP, I went to AMP school. A lot of these questions you guys have, let me see if I can link. I might be able to link this video. I put a video up a few months ago. It's called something Q&A. I'm going to put the link to it right now, but this will answer a lot of your guys' questions when it comes to how I got to this spot and all that good stuff. So let's see, get shareable link. Let's see if we can do this. So go check this video out, and that'll answer a lot of your questions. But as far as going to getting my AMP, I just I owned an airplane. I wanted to learn how to work on it, so I just went to local community college and enrolled in their program. And it took 2.5 years, but I didn't have anything else to do, so I did it, and that's how I got that license. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think when you establish yourself in this industry, at the beginning it's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. You got to get people to trust you. That's the most important thing. So like I've said in other videos, the biggest thing is if you do get an opportunity, don't fuck it up. Like be like if they're telling you show times at 10:30, be at the airport at 10, right? And you know all that kind of shit. Don't be late. Make sure you don't fucking big thing for me is make sure you don't stink. So take a shower before you hit the airplane. You get in the plane, you smell like BO. I'll tell you to leave because I don't want to sit next to you for 4 hours if you smell like BO. But no, the most important thing is just being punctual and know your shit. But know your shit without bullshitting your way through knowing your shit, right? If you're getting on a new airplane and there's something you don't know, fucking ask. I hate it. I've flown with FOs many times where they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I got it," and they're doing a performance in it or something on the jet, and I'll go, and next thing you know, we're holding short of the runway, and I go, "Arm the ground spoilers, let's get the fuck out of here." And they'll arm them, and all of a sudden my speeds won't boxes because they didn't do the performance in it correctly. So the guy told me he knew what he was doing, but he didn't because he's flown with a lot of captains that just like to do it themselves. Personally, when I fly with people, I like to let my FOs do this stuff so they're learning. It just happened that day. I was dealing with stuff with the Boston back, so I didn't sit there and watch him physically do it. So if you're getting a new airplane, flying with somebody new, if there's something you don't know, just be clear about that. Nobody's going to knock you for that. We all know as an FO, you're learning, and our job as captains is to teach you guys as much as we can. I'm here to pass knowledge to you. So I think that's the best thing you can do. And you start doing stuff like that. This is the other thing that I did very early on in my career when I was flying in the right seat for a lot of people. I always made it a point to make sure that I was an enjoyable person to fly with. And by that, I would, so this goes back to like getting to the airport early, right? If it was a morning flight, I would Uber Eats food for the crew to the airport. That would come out of my own pocket. I wouldn't expense it. I still don't expense that kind of stuff. But so captain, flight attendant, they show up and I'm like, "Hey, I got you guys breakfast." "Oh shit, I like flying with Tommy." Like that was super thoughtful. Or we go and we have a stop somewhere, drop passengers, get new people. As we're in the air before we start the descent, I'm ordering food on Uber Eats, so it's at the FBO when we land. Boom! Wow, Tommy scored his breakfast and lunch. Like this guy's awesome. I want to fly with this guy. And you do stuff like that, people will call you back and back and back. And then the next thing you know, you're flying with people that you've flown with a lot, especially as a contractor. And if that captain that keeps recommending you, one day there's a flight that he can't do, and they feel comfortable with your knowledge and your performance in the airplane, he's probably going to recommend you to go do the flight he can't do as the captain, and then they're going to find an FO for you to fly with, and that's how you'll slide over to the left seat. So those are just like a couple like quick thoughts on how to get into it without seeming like you don't want to like be begging people either, but you want to be assertive but not pressuring, and just do shit that makes people want to fly with you. So unfortunately, I won't still be here on Tuesday. I'm out of here on Sunday. We are headed to Costa Rica, which I wish I wasn't sick because Costa Rica is a lot of fun. So, but yeah. When do I fly out to India? We did 2 weeks in India last year. Oh, maybe a year and a half ago. It was awesome. I had a good time, but there's nothing on the radar back to India anywhere as far as I know for right now. So I don't know what's going on with that. But all right, let's see where we're at. All right, you give this one more minute. do a couple like quick little rapid fire questions, and I'm fucking lose my voice. So yeah, Matt's got good points. Know the airplane, man. You got to know the airplane. And if you don't be afraid to ask questions, you know? Yeah, don't be a job hopper either. As a contractor, that's kind of hard. But, if somebody gives you an opportunity, never forget the people that give you an opportunity, right? I've given opportunities to a couple of people over the years, and, they just go, and then, I'll be in need for something. I call them, oh, too busy. Like, all right, well, then I will never call you again. Vision jets are cool. They serve a very specific purpose. It's actually, the Vision jet serves the exact same purpose as my Citation. And if I had more millions of dollars to spend on a jet, I probably would have bought one. I just hate the way they look, but it's a cool airplane for what it is. So, I think owning versus renting is always better. Always own rather than rent when it comes to an airplane. Period. Find somebody else at the airfield that you can partner up with or something, and go buy a 150, a 152, or a PA 28 140. Just go buy something cheap and build your hours for cheap. Don't rent. You waste your money renting. When I learned to fly, I did my PPL all renting, and I realized at the end of it that I'd spent like, I don't know, $9,000 in renting, and I was like, holy shit, I could have bought a plane for double this. And for my instrument and everything on, I learned my lesson. I never rented again. So, no, I haven't had a chance to watch Owen's video yet. But he's a pretty sharp kid. I mean, I put him into this game. I literally brought him into this world, and he's fucking killing it. So, but yeah, no, I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. What's up, JJ? I love my law enforcement. You guys are awesome. Appreciate what you do, brother. Stay safe out there, okay? I'm getting an opportunity as fresher on a Phenom 100. Yes, absolutely. Phenom 100. That's a great plane. If you want to, that's a great plane to contract in too. So if you can get if you have your foot in the door on Phenom 100, do that shit all day long. Even if they want to pay you like shit, do it, get hours. It's a great airplane. There's a lot of need for contract pilots on the Phenom 100. Kyle's a Phenom 100 contract guy, and he's ripping like $2,000 a day. And Phenom 100 is an ideal plane to contract on because your longest leg is 3 hours. And most Phenom 100s, if you're going to be able to contract on them, they're owned by individuals, right? Somebody like me, and it's just somebody that just wants to go to some town overnight for a meeting and then go home. So it's like the perfect setup. The amount of work you're going to do for the amount of money you're going to make is very, very little work to very lot of money. So that makes sense. All right, I'm going to end it there. I hope that answers some of your questions. I got a video coming up either later tonight or tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And I love you guys. Thank you guys for ordering so much shit off the store. It's honestly a pain in the ass to ship it all, but I love you guys. So thanks, J.E., Bandito, Antonio. Love you guys. And shout out from Houston. Good luck on all those tests and check rides this week. Love you guys.